Good day, everyone. My name is Saba, and I'm here with Serena, and we want to welcome you to our online open day for bachelor's programs at Corvinus University of Budapest. We hope that you will have a very interesting and informative couple hours ahead of you, and thank you for being with us today.
Today's sessions will be very interesting and they will be guided by our distinguished program directors and experts. So we are so excited to start this session today. It's going to be really informative, engaging, and you will definitely learn a lot of information from today's sessions.
And to officially start the event now, we are honored to welcome the Head of Student Recruitment, Maury Baker, and Bachelor's Programs Dean, Richard Santo, for some welcoming remarks.
Much Saba and Serena for the introductions. A very warm welcome to all the participants of our online Bachelor's Open Day today. I'm very excited to welcome you all. As our young colleagues mentioned, I'm Head of Student Recruitment at the university, and I'm joined on the same screen here by my colleague, Dr. Richard Santo, who is the Dean of our Bachelor's programs. You will soon hear from our expert staff who will introduce you to our bachelor's programs from every possible angle that might be of interest to you, from applications to admissions, through requirements, right through to the academic detail that you will no doubt want to hear. But before I hand over to them, I wanted to give you just 3 good reasons why I think that Corvinus University of Budapest is the right choice for you. And first of all, I would say the university. The university is Hungary's leading university for business, economics, and social sciences. We really and truly have the most talented students studying here, not just from Hungary, but also from our region. We have students from Europe and well beyond Europe, from all continents of the world. If I count in terms of countries, I would say over 100 countries. Our degrees are of the highest quality, giving you internationally recognized European degrees, really high currency degrees. And to prove that this is the case, I just want to invite you to visit our web pages, check out our general materials about all the accreditations and the rankings that we are very proud to have accumulated over the years and decades in our long history. And just consider very carefully the cost-effective investment that we are inviting you to make in your higher education studying at Corvinus. Reason number 2, I would say, is our home city, Budapest. It is not only a breathtakingly beautiful city, it is also a regional hub for business. It is home to many multinational companies, and it is also the cradle for many successful startup enterprise. What better place to study business-related subjects in? Budapest has also been voted, and by students, I must emphasize, as one of the most student-friendly cities in Europe. And that, I would say, is true in terms of cost, culture, and also fun, which you will not be short of living in Budapest. Reason number 3 that I wanted to highlight relates to the country. So Hungary has been a member state of the European Union since 2004. It is a very well-connected, welcoming, and peaceful country, a safe country in which to continue your education and to start to spread your wings as budding leaders and thinkers for our centuries' challenges ahead. And with that, I'm going to wish you a really interesting journey today, and not just today, but obviously beyond, especially if you choose us. And I would like to hand over to my learned colleague, Dr. Santo.
Thank you very much. And I would like to welcome our viewers to this event, this online open day about the Bachelor programs of Corvinus University of Budapest. We are offering 7 programs in English in 3 major areas. One of them is business, and the other is economics, and the third one is social sciences. There are 3 programs in the field of business. One of them is business and management. This is the largest program of the university, with hundreds of students every year, and it is the most general, most generic business program with lots of opportunities, and we have 6 specializations in the 3rd year. We also have international business with a very strong international character. So if you envision an international career, then this program is or maybe for you. And we also have a new program, Data Science and Business. We launched it only 2 years ago, but even with this 2 years history, with great success, with many applicants, and with a very international cohort, 50% of the students are internationals and Hungarians. The second area is economics. We have only one program here. It's called Applied Economics, and it provides a solid theoretical foundation, but also in the 3rd year we offer many applications. We teach about many applications in the field of economics. And the last one, last but not least, it's social sciences. We have 3 programs again: the international relations, the communication and media sciences, and the PPE, which is an acronym for philosophy, politics, and economy. This is also a new course which was launched 2 years ago as well, and also with big demand and with many applicants and students. This social science portfolio was just redesigned last year, and we created some new specializations that are available from these bachelor programs. So this is a quite colorful portfolio, and I do hope that everyone can find the program that fits, that meets his or her aspirations, motivations, interests, and we would like to provide some more detailed information, knowledge about these programs today, and I do hope that you will find it very informative and useful, and you can decide which one you like the most and why they are valuable to you. But don't forget that academic journey is an important journey, but there are other aspects beyond that you may want to consider when you apply for a program. And let me emphasize that Corvinus has other strengths when we discuss the student journey. For example, we offer a lot of international opportunities. We have more than 200 international partner universities everywhere in the world. We also offer many sporting activities and leisure activities. We offer dorms. One is behind us. It's just recently built dome at the Galiad campus, which is a very modern building, which was opened last year. And we also have many student organizations, clubs, and student associations. So I think it's there are many things to enrich your academic life, and at the university you can find helping hands, friends, or other people who share the same interests as you. So we do hope very much that you will find it useful, and also we hope that you will apply for one of our programs. And let's meet in September at the opening day of the next semester, because it means that you successfully applied for Corvinus and for bachelor programs. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much to our speakers for such a warm welcome. And now we will dive into the actual program sessions, so to say. And the first session will be dedicated to two programs, namely Applied Economics and Data Science in Business. But before we dive into the programs themselves, we have prepared two short but very exciting videos for you. So we will watch these two videos firstly, and then Serena will lead the discussion with the program directors about these programs. So enjoy the videos.
Which program should I apply for? Business data science, business informatics.
Do you want to see through chaos, love analysis, solving problems? Then business data science is your path.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter. I just came here to help you.
But what if I love technology too?
Web development, database design, programming, business informatics has it all.
But I love numbers and I like to base my decisions on them. So which program should I choose?
Well, there you got the answer. Business data science is the path for you.
Then I will choose that.
Find your place at Corvinus University. Take the first step towards your future. Apply now.
Which program should I apply for? Applied Economics, Economic and Financial Mathematical Analysis, Finance and Accounting.
I can help. If you would like to know how economy works and analyze economic data, choose Applied Economics.
How are you here?
I'm just part of your imagination. I came here to help. Passionate about math? Choose Economic and Financial Mathematical Analysis. It's a 5-year integrated program equivalent to a master's degree.
Sounds great.
Curious about the world and strategic decision making? Then accounting and finance prepares you for that.
It provides me with the foundation for my professional success.
Find your place at Corvinus University. Take the first step towards your future. Apply now.
All right, so after hopefully you have enjoyed our videos, I am very excited to welcome here with us today the program directors of Applied Economics and Data Science in Business. We have here Laszlo Tokes and Ildiko Borbashne Sabo. So let's jump straight into our conversation, starting with our very first question. Naturally, every student would come up with a question of what makes this program so unique compared to other programs or courses at our university?
Thank you for this question. Welcome, everybody. It was mentioned, my name is Ildiko. First of all, I would like to mention that this is the first data science bachelor degree program, which was accredited in this region. And this program trains professionals with methodological, IT, and business knowledge who are able to combine these areas in order to solve business problems and help decision making. And why does labor market actually require these kind of professionals? Because studies says that only or approximately 15% of data science projects are successful. So the question is why? Because in many cases, data science models are accurate enough and they discover different correlations behind the data. But the business experts and business people actually do not understand what the benefits for them and how they can apply this data science model within its business context. That's why, from this perspective, I would like to distinguish this data science program from the other ones, because our graduate students will be able to understand business situations, select data related to this business understanding, collect, organize, and prepare data for modeling purposes, selecting the appropriate model, and participate in deploying this model within this business context. So maybe this is the uniqueness of this program.
It's a great pleasure to have you here. My name is László Tőkés, a representative of the Applied Economics Bachelor, as it was mentioned, and about the uniqueness of the program. So let me start with the fact that also mentioned by our dean. The Applied Economics Bachelor is the only economics program offered by our university. And let me say that economics is extremely exciting, is fascinating. So dealing with economic questions is well, better than most things in the world, let me say. And some other uniqueness, the Applied Economics Bachelor is a small program. So basically we have around 30 to 50 students per year. So you have the opportunity to develop better relationships between either students or between students and teachers. So we can more focus on your specific problems. And some other things I will develop later, but let me just mention it now. So maybe one of the best aspects of the Applied Economics Bachelor that it offers a kind of solid foundation that opens the door for many different master programs and so many different career paths. So maybe this is the most important advantage of our program. And also, as the name suggests, we think that application of knowledge is really important. So we try to make our students apply the knowledge as soon as possible and as often as possible. I will talk about it later in details.
Thank you so much. Now, I'm assuming that a lot of our viewers are thinking to themselves, okay, I like this program, it seems so interesting, but what could possibly my learning experience be like? Like, what is the student life? What does it look like in that point of view? If you could give some insights, please. Could you?
Okay. Then, let me start with mentioning the fact that basically applied economics is built on three main pillars. Of course, one of the most important pillars is economics. So we offer a standard course of courses like microeconomics, macroeconomics, public economics, game theory, and such things. The other most important pillar is data analysis. So we teach a lot of data analysis. Of course, not as many as you, but there is a lot of data analysis in the program. And finally, the third pillar is a kind of mixture of other courses. So basically, we teach some mathematics in order to understand the basics of economic modeling and data analysis. We also teach some business studies, so you can cooperate, you can communicate with a manager or a marketing specialist, and so on and so on. And we also teach some foundations of social sciences like psychology, sociology, political science, and so on and so on. And as I have mentioned at the very beginning, application is really important. So our main aim is to apply the knowledge you gathered so far within a course, across courses, or during a whole term in a specific project course. So basically, this is the most important thing I would like to mention.
The data sciences business program has also 3 pillars, actually. One of them is data analysis that you mentioned. So our students will combine methodological, including statistical and mathematical knowledge, business knowledge, and IT knowledge at the end. So the first year is about grounding the mathematical knowledge and also business as well. Our students will be equipped with Python skills, and database management knowledge as well. No prior programming language is required, so this sometimes this is the main question actually. And the second and the third year is about deepening this methodological knowledge, because they will learn several statistical models, time series analysis, for example, panel data analysis, and so on, and machine learning methods, including natural language processing methods. And the third year, okay, sorry, I forgot to mention that in the meantime, they will develop business knowledge as well, because they will be able to apply these methodological and IT skills in different application areas such as marketing, finance, accounting, and so on. And as data science isn't without IT supporting, that's why they will get experience in business analytics tools, data warehousing tools, and R programming, Python programming, and C# programming as well. The last year is about doing an internship and writing a thesis and deepening their knowledge on their selected areas.
Right, thank you so much. Actually, I think it's really important the fact that it requires a lot of practical knowledge as well, which students are really looking for nowadays, because a lot of students graduate from different universities without really that practical knowledge. So this is definitely a key pillar that they can go on with.
Okay, may I have another comment?
Of course.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that maybe it's related to Laszlo's program as well. You mentioned practice orientation. Actually, our program has 3 project courses in that students can work on real-life problems, actually, provided by the corporate partners of Corvinus. So they will be able to synthesize knowledge previously acquired in order to solve these problems.
Yeah, that's definitely super exciting. I'm really sure, me as a student myself, that really seems exciting to be able to put your knowledge into work. So that leads us to our very last question, which would be, what kind of career opportunities would students be able to go for after graduating these majors at Corvinus University?
Okay. So we would like to provide such skill set. We would like to provide students such skill set that can apply in different application areas, as I mentioned before. So the palette is broad. But if I need to select a few job roles, I would like to mention data scientist, of course, but data scientists who have such business understanding as well. So this data scientist will be able to understanding the business and transforming raw data into not just meaningful but profitable insight for business stakeholders or experts. And another career path that I would like to mention is becoming a business intelligence analyst or data analyst, because the studies that I mentioned before also say that it's not necessary to build everything from the ground, from the scratch. So it's not necessarily using Python, R programming, and SQL database in order to solve a business problem. softwares are ready to apply on the market. So business and intelligence analysts will be able to do analytical stuffs and activities in business analytics tools or joining implementation projects or such kind of that.
Okay, so if you choose applied economics, you get a bachelor degree after 3 years, and most of our students continue their studies on a master program. Of course, most of our, or let's say a lot of our students continue their studies on economics, some kind of economic master. Some others go to finance or insurance and financial mathematics. But there are some other possible masters as well, like, I don't know, public administration, international business, international accounting. We have alumni who continue their studies on data science master, for example, or business informatics, or basically a very broad range of master studies are available. Due to the fact that we give a strong foundation in economics, in data analysis, and in social sciences as well. And based on the master you choose, you can choose a lot of career paths. Again, from a very wide range. Maybe there are three main aspects to consider, or which are true for most of the career paths after applied economics. One is that most of our former students become an analyst, some kind of analyst. Another common thing or common aspect is that these jobs are very exciting, or at least I think they are exciting. And finally, it contains a lot of money. So analysts create huge value for either company or a commercial bank or I don't know, any kind of insurance company and so on and so on. And this value is paid with money, fortunately. If we have some time, let me just mention some specific examples. So we have alumni in commercial banks dealing with predicting default of clients. We have analysts in the National Bank of Hungary dealing with macroeconomic questions or macroprudential questions. We also have alumni who works as a pricing actuary, basically determining the price of different insurance products. And we also have some advisors who deal with, well, let's say, making a firm operating better, more efficient, more productive. So basically all these employees creating value, and then this is paid well.
Right. Thank you so much. And as it was mentioned by our dean earlier, there's a lot of international companies working here, operating here in Budapest, which offer job places for both Hungarian and international students. So that is definitely a key point for students after they graduate. I would like to thank you both very much for your time and all of the information you shared with us today. And we will move on to our next session. So Saba, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Serena, and thank you to the speakers of our first session. It was definitely very interesting and exciting to hear all that about the programs. Our second session will focus on the business classes mainly, courses namely business and management and international business. Sometimes applicants have troubles distinguishing between these two. So firstly, we will play a short video for you, which will help you understand the differences between them. And it will also be very, very funny and amusing. And secondly, we will delve into the discussion with the program directors and Serena again. So enjoy the short video now. Which program should I apply for? Business and management or international business? If I score business and management, if I miss, I could use some help.
I can help. Interested in managing companies and understanding all about the business processes? Business and Management offers all the necessary skills and various opportunities. Would you like to work with people from all around the world?
Yes.
And are you interested in having an international career?
Of course.
Then the International Business program is perfect for you.
Find your place at Corvinus University. Take the first step towards your future. Apply now.
All right, welcome back. So now I am very excited to welcome here with us the Business and Management as well as International Business Program Directors. We have Judith Nagy and Laszlo Kacirek. Welcome. So we are ready to dive into the key questions for today. And just like with the last session, the million-dollar question is, what makes your program so unique?
Then I start with business and management. In business and management, you will focus on how companies do business. Multinational companies, local companies or family businesses, how they are driven. And we try to prepare students for that kind of skill set. Problem solving, strategic thinking, critical thinking, some digital preparations, also communication, oral and written preparedness. So the guys who graduate in this program will be able to manage companies, or will be able to manage different departments of companies, marketing, strategy, HR, production, or finance, or something like this. And the unique thing in this program is that we offer 4 specializations now. And if you guys come to us, you will have 6 specializations. This means that the specialization contains 5 courses in a specific topic. For example, quantitative management science, entrepreneurship, digital marketing, strategic analysis, tourism, marketing and innovation, and also sustainability management. So you can choose between these. And in the last year, you can specialize into this, complete courses exclusively in these topics. So you will be an expert in this area. And after that, in the 7th semester, you will go to an internship, to a company, what you would like. And this way, we hope you will be prepared for the job market.
Thank you. And in international business, some things are similar. So you get to be a business person, you learn all the things, you develop your skills. So we do also projects, we do also lay a large emphasis on soft skills and things like that. But the big difference is that we focus very much on the international aspect of business, which means that you get to know, well, of course, there's an emphasis on utilizing of using languages, but it's not just a language, but it's the cross-cultural thing. Like because what you will be doing if you go into international business is that you might have a team of someone from India, someone from Japan, another guy from Colombia, a lady from Canada, 2 colleagues from the Czech Republic, and yourself, and you have to do something to make this work well. And it works well if you know the right thing, because it's an asset, it's not a problem if you're international. So we do all kinds of similar things. We go like, of course we have marketing, but there's an emphasis on international marketing and international sales, on international investments and things like that. We have 4 specializations, and our specializations are global economy and business, for those of our students who would rather see the big thing in the economy, in the global economy, and rather large companies. Then we have global markets and marketing, which is practically an international marketing, but with a very modern view of international marketing. We have global value chains and global value chains management, and our GEM of specializations is for those of our students who want to run their own company And this specialization is called Business Venture and Startup Management, naturally in an international environment. And one more thing that makes the program special is that we have an additional semester. So we are 8 semesters long, and the additional semester is 1 semester spent abroad. So you will be our students, what they do is spend a semester abroad, either by studying at a partner university. This is recommended, but you can work for a company. But the idea is you wake up in an international environment, you work or you study in an international environment, you have fun in an international environment, and then you go to bed in an international environment.
Right.
And of course, we finish with an internship as well.
This is so unique. I mean, this is something you don't really see in a lot of programs in different universities. So it's definitely something very valuable that we have in this program. So another question that would come naturally as a student would be, what would the learning experience look like? Like, let's say I'm a high schooler. I really like the idea of studying these programs, but what should I expect in terms of my learning experience there?
I guess we both start with general management stuff.
Yes.
So there are business and economic principles, but you have to know.
Right. It's just like if you play an instrument, if you don't know the notes, and you don't know what to do with your instrument,
Yes.
You're hopeless. And
Yes, so I guess the first 2 semesters are
right.
spent with making the basics and the fundamentals for business and economics thinking. And then it comes to more to business, different areas, getting know how accountancy works, finance, marketing, HR, so different parts of the company. I guess at us from a company perspective, at you from international, on an international level, how to manage different groups. And then in business and management, in the 3rd year, there come the specialization. So that focus study what I mentioned in the previous section. And the last is the internship. And you said that we both have a project project kind of courses, which means in business and management that we have 3 highlighted courses: business policy and strategy, entrepreneurship, and project management, in which students can work on company cases. So real companies give case studies and students can work on it. And sometimes they present their results in front of a company jury. And it's a real environment, a real a challenge for them. And based on this, we can follow, and they also, I mean, the student also can follow how the skills developed. And after that, as part of the thesis, as part of the final examination at the end of the studies, the skill development will be an important part.
Right, because you have a portfolio.
Yes, I didn't want it to go into this.
Yeah, but that was fun because
Yes,
I participated in a few of your exams as an examiner, and that was the fun part. The way that
Yes,
students,
exactly. This is what everybody reports, that this is really, really interesting, how the students report on how they developed through these courses, and very, the most interesting part.
And if you allow me to add, actually, on a personal perspective, I'm also a business and management student, and I have done these courses, and it really is really unique and interesting to be able to present these cases and act like a real expert in them. Like, you learn how to solve a case, and then you're able to present it in front of a jury, and then it's like a competition, and you can even go further with it to compete with other teams internationally, which is an amazing opportunity for sure. So that was really unique for me as well, just in a personal point of view.
So as to conclude from business and management side, I would say that we will give you challenges. You can take them, and you can think out of the box, and you can push your own borders, and you will see what you can exploit from this. We will give the chance.
Okay, well, we do something very similar with a few differences. And one is that in the first semester, yes, you get the basics as well, but we lay perhaps larger emphasis on the soft skills part. There are many reasons for this. One is that when we ask companies, when we're developing the program about what do they expect from someone in an international business position, and they emphasize much more the soft skills part than the hard skills part. So we do all kinds of things like working in a team, like presentations, like communication, and all kinds of things. which is very important, because if you get into an international environment, the first thing that you do is communicate with people. So this is one of the strongest skills that you should have, but it's not all about communication. What we do is, as the students move forward in their studies, it's going to be more complex. So you have to get the basics more complex, more international, and you will have to be more on your own. We have one project course in each semester. But it's the same in the case of project courses as well. So in the first project course, you learn a lot of things and there's a little project. In the second semester, you learn less, but there's more project. And the very end, it's one big project. The project, by the way, is that you get to go to a company, they give you a real problem, then you work 12 weeks on it, and then you give a solution to the problem. You present it to the company management and you do this, which is quite nice. And there's something that I wanted to add here.
You will get it.
You talk about specialization. I don't know if it comes to my mind.
No worries. You can interrupt me at any time. It's all valuable information.
It wasn't the case studies. It was
Internship,
No, we
finishing the
talked about the
studies,
internship.
final exam.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'll come to
Well, when it comes, you
Okay,
can always
okay.
just
I'll just-
say it's all valuable information. So I
Okay.
appreciate it. Okay, so we talked about opportunities within the university, which are obviously really exciting and interesting. But what would it look like for someone who would graduate with a degree in these programs? What are some career opportunities in the Hungarian or international market for students?
I just reviewed the internship reports of students graduated in January, and 20% of them completed the internship abroad, so not in Hungary, somewhere else, which is not a big number, but it's an increasing number. And I think that even if we are not international business, they are starting an international career. And also, many of those who spent the internship within Hungary, they were hired by a multinational company. So practically, they were working in a multinational environment with colleagues from possibly many countries. So what I see is that students are looking for the international possibilities, and they are looking for jobs, meaningful jobs, so where they really can make a difference. So they are not just making coffee. It is strategic role at a big four company, for example, big advisory companies. A lot of people goes to these, Deloitte, KPMG, Ernst & Young. Many of them do internship in financial area. In business and management, it is much more focused than the other company areas. So many of them goes to finance, marketing, obviously, to marketing agencies. Many of them do HR type of jobs.
Positions,
Yes. So with business and management, they can go anywhere practically. These are the most frequent areas to go there for an intern. And after graduation, they usually keep their jobs at their companies and also start in some junior positions.
In a way, something similar here as well, because both programs are ones that do not specialize in the way like finances do, or tourism, or other programs. The difference is perhaps the ratio of internationalization, which is natural because it's more international business. So the positions that they take, yes, most of them, the vast majority goes to a large company, to a multinational company. Perhaps more of them go abroad, so not in Hungary, in a multinational, and they participate more, or they take more jobs which are more cross-border, I would say, not just international, but cross-border.
Mhm.
And perhaps less go to finances and HR, but lots of them go to sales, to marketing, to consulting companies, the ones that you have mentioned, logistics, international logistic investments, and lots of other things. And a larger part of our students, they really do establish their own companies. They are many who, well, they usually start their companies while they are students, so they get the support here in the program, but from the whole of the university, or they start later and they go to small businesses when they are quite involved. And something that you didn't mention, but it's true for both programs, that we lay a large emphasis on preparing our students to be able to further study, to continue studies at a master's level, either in Hungary and abroad as well. And I think both programs are quite alike in this, that we do that well. So both your students and my students, they really go to even top universities of the world.
Yes, and this is also where internship and company experience can help them, because both international business and business and management are some kind of general bachelor programs. And after the internship and after a little experience through this, they can decide what masters to go, which topic to choose, marketing, logistics, strategy, entrepreneurship, whatever. But they will have a feeling of a real business environment, and they will be able to choose the final focus. So the master program is definitely an aim of the student.
And now it comes to my mind, what I forgot, that you were talking about giving challenges. In international business, we perhaps might be doing a bit more than that. So we are pushing our students constantly out of their comfort zones. Which in the first 2 semesters, they are quite surprised. They didn't like it too much, but then they understand. And by the time they graduate, they thank us for it, because they said, this is the way that we could develop, and we did develop. We were quite often worried about what we have to do, how we have to do it, but they did that well. This is what I wanted to say.
Actually, I had a similar experience. Just so that it kind of get you're prepared. The first year or 2 will definitely be a lot of work, and it's a bit shocking, coming out of high school. It's like, whoa, how will I handle all of this? But then eventually, when you come to your last years of your studies, it all makes so much sense, and you really feel equipped with all the skills and the knowledge that you need to go on further. And just a quick note for the master's opportunities. Just a reminder, we did have our open day 2 weeks ago for our master's program. So if you're interested, make sure to go back and look at the registered live on that. And it seems like we came to the end of this session. It was very, very insightful. Thank you so much for sharing all this information. I'm sure all our viewers and the ones who will watch it after the live will really appreciate it, and will definitely look more into these. Thank you again.
Very well. Thank you.
Saba, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Sorena, once again, and thank you to the speakers of our second session. It was also very comprehensive and interesting. We will dive into our third session, which will be from the third big field that the Dean of Bachelor's Programs, Richard Santo, mentioned in the beginning. This is going to be the field of social sciences and the 3 programs represented under this field. This is communications and media science, international relations, a student of which I am myself as well, and PPE, which is a UK-based program, and it's an acronym for philosophy, politics, and economics. So traditionally, as for the previous videos, we have prepared 1 short video clip about these programs for you as well. And hopefully you will like it and enjoy it. And then we will dive into the actual session with Serena and the program directors from these programs. Thank you.
Which program should I apply for? International relations, PPE, communication. I could use some help.
I can help.
Who are you?
I'm just part of your imagination. But it doesn't matter. I'm here to help. Well, do you enjoy learning new languages?
Yes.
Connecting with new people, traveling around the world?
Of course.
Then international relations is your path.
And what if I'm into politics and economics?
Then PPE is the perfect program for you.
You think so?
Absolutely. But there is more. If you want to develop your influence skills and inform others, communications and media science is the perfect program for you.
Find your place at Corvinus University. Take the first step towards your future. Apply now.
Hi there, welcome back. Now we are very excited to welcome here the program directors of Communication and Media Science, PPE, and International Relations. We have here with us Tamas Bokor, Reka Varnaj, and Zoltan Galik. Welcome. So let's dive into today's session with our questions, starting with what makes this program so unique compared to other programs? You can start whenever.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I would like to highlight three main things about the program. Let's say these are the unique selling propositions at Communication and Media BA. On the one hand, it's important that it is a really international environment when it comes to the students, the community of the students. Well or above 2/3 of the students come from abroad, usually, and only about 1/3 of them are from Hungary or from closer countries, and they have to work together. And my second point concerning this is the methodology. In most of the courses at the Communication and Media BA, we apply some kind of teamwork, group works, project works, and everything like that, which requires a strong cooperation between the students. So just like in the workplaces in the future, students have to learn how to deal with each other, how to manage conflicts between each other. So this provides them with special skill sets, preparing for the work in the future career. And thirdly, we have a healthy balance between the theoretical and the practical approaches to communication, which means we work with textbooks and papers and articles as well, because we are in the academia, of course. But on the other hand, with a minor emphasis on the practical side of communication and media, we give the fully equipped media studio for the students to learn how to deal with these equipments, how to use the technology itself, concentrating mainly on the digital side of communication. So basically, these are the main points of our communication program.
Thank you.
Okay, so as for international relations or international studies, I don't think that I need to overemphasize the need that we must have those very talented people who can navigate in the international relations today. Just think what happened since 2 weeks. Time in the world, in Gaza, at the customs war in the world, or think on topics like the digital euro, the European Economic Union, and also the other things which shape the future of the world. And we deal with all of these at our university, at our program, at the BA program. We can say that our program is very unique since we emphasize 4 major fields of study: international law, international history, modern history, also world economics, and political theory. So these are the basis of our knowledge here. And also we have other fields of studies like philosophy, like sociology, and also those part-time studies which will connect to the deeper knowledge of international relations. So, and just as you mentioned, this community who learn international relations at our university are coming from very diverse backgrounds. So almost 1/3 of our students are coming from all over the world. And we have really a very international community here, not just at the lectures, at the seminars, but also at the extracurricular activities. We organize conferences, we will visit different international organizations during our studies, and you will see that if you are really interested in international relations, then this program will fit you.
Thank you.
So as for the PPE, I would like to emphasize two things. First is a multidimensional theoretical approach. So in order to understand and to maybe solve or to contribute to the solving of today's challenges, you have to have an overview from a multifaceted approach to today's problems. So we offer a strong political knowledge, but we believe that all of the political problems have strong economic implications. So we offer a strong economics knowledge, and we also believe that all of the economics problems have a strong implication on politics, so how these two intertwine. And we also add philosophy into this mix to ensure that our students arrive to a critical understanding and critical thinking to today's problems and today's world. So that was one, the multidimensionality, and the other one is the evidence-based learning. So we strongly emphasize the methodological part of our program, make sure that our students don't only know the theoretical concepts, but are also well equipped to do economic modeling and to understand the world of politics from an evidence-based view. So to be able to work confidently with data sources, to be able to understand all the indices. And again, philosophy enables them to develop analytical skills, to have a critical view of all these data sets and data sources, which is, I think, is an essential part of education today. So these two things that I think are unique in the PPE program.
Right, and I think it's also worth mentioning something that's very unique is that the fact that this is a very new program here at Corvinus,
Yes.
and you don't really find it anywhere else in other universities in Hungary. So
no, not in Hungary, but you find it all over in Europe, in the US. So we are part of an international community.
yeah, that's definitely so exciting. So now that we talked about the programs and what they look like, now could you please tell our viewers, the students who are interested in this, majoring in these programs, what would it be like in their point of view in the learning experiences? What would that look like for them?
Yeah, so people should know that we just renewed the programs of the social science field at Corvinus. So international relations, politics, philosophy and economy, and communication and media have strong connections with each other, especially in the first year of these programs. So students can and must have an insight into the basic knowledge of economics, philosophy, let's say sociology, law, international relations, and many other social related things. And afterwards, they can be specialized to different directions. But in the second half of the program, so technically during the last 3 semesters, they can choose specializations that are partially common among these programs. My colleagues maybe speak about it a bit later. And communication and media, they can move towards public types of communication, business-related types of communication, and among others, a bit more of linguistic communication, which is about influencing other people. So in the broad sense, they can have insights into the economical background of communication. They can have insights into journalism and public relations and campaigns.
Okay, so as for the international relations, as you mentioned, we have a basic 2 semesters where we share our learning material with the communications and PPE. And after that, our students are specializing mainly on international relations, like regional studies, for example, the disciplinary areas, which I just mentioned, so international politics, also international economics, international law, and also to field studies like the US or the United Kingdom, French, foreign policy, China, also the Middle East, Latin America. And in the 3rd year, we offer now, from next year, 6 specializations. The first is European studies, So those who want to deepen their knowledge in this field, they will get very deep and comprehensive knowledge on European affairs. Then we will have a so-called regional study, which will deal with the different civilizations all over the world and the connections of the international community in this discipline area. Also, we have special knowledge on communications, so we have a specialization in this area. We have world economics, those who want to become some economist or go to international organizations where they want to become expert on this field. And also we have politics, Hungarian politics, and sociologists. So we also share this with our colleagues. So as you can see now, we have a very deep and very comprehensive set of specializations.
Yes, my colleagues have mentioned a lot of things, so I would like to just maybe summarize what is the learning experience. And I think that the answer that we get from students is that it's very intensive. It's very intensive. So you have a great workload to expect. You have to familiarize yourself with a lot of new definition, concepts, new word views. And then actually we don't only want you to study, but we want you to apply those concepts, to work with those definitions, to build those models. So you will be involved in whatever you learn. That's why it's so intensive. So you have your lecture on Monday, and on Wednesday you already have to debate with your classmates, and you have to, have your own opinion and stand up and explain, and have to know the evidence, the sources, and whatever. And I think it's especially challenging because you might have expected, all of you mentioned that we have these common specializations. So it's a community-based learning experience. So on the one hand, you will get a deep insight into the fields of, for example, in PP, politics, philosophy, economics, but then a lot of specializations open up to you. So I would say that you can choose what you want to dig further into, but you will always have this community around you. So you can have an overview, you can see what your peers are doing, you have a wider worldview, you can discover yourself in a sense. You can challenge yourself and decide where life takes you. So I think this is rather intensive in terms of learning a lot of things and learning about yourself a lot.
Yeah, and I wouldn't think that the idea of it being intensive should be scary. I think it should be motivating, because that's the case. Bachelor's is always a lot of work, but it's definitely a lot of knowledge and skills learned. So it's definitely really important to go through it. So lastly, I would like to finish our session with this question, which would be, what could be some possible career opportunities for graduates in these majors, please?
So first of all, it's important to emphasize that we are speaking about intensiveness on good terms exclusively. And it's good for the students regarding the career path as well. So what we have learned from the previous years throughout the older version of the programs is that the communication and media students who graduated or who are before graduation, because some of the students have the workplace before getting the diploma. At Corvinus, it's very frequent. It happens all the time, actually. So the worst part of the classes move towards marketing communication or to communication agencies. It's not a surprising thing because we, as the Communication and Media BA program, are functioning under the umbrella of the Institute of Marketing and Communication Sciences. So we are a program with a social scientific basis, but on the other hand, we have strong roots to economic studies and business administration as well, because of the marketing-related curriculum elements. So they often find their ways, the students in agencies, creating campaigns, planning budgets for the campaigns, media sales activities, and things like that. Secondly, some part of the students tend to visit editorial offices, or they gain a wider knowledge on the wider domain of media coverages and the journalism itself. It depends on the personal interests, of course. Some of them embark into the entrepreneurship experience on their own, starting their own businesses sometimes. And there are some students who embark into event organization or public relations.
So technically, you're saying that even though you study these majors, you can still kind of go towards business-oriented fields as well.
Absolutely.
So it's possible.
Absolutely, and it happens in every single year that a part or a group of students continue their studies at the marketing masters or communication and media on a master's level, or even on PhD later on.
Thank you.
Okay, so just to start with what you said, our program, International Relations, is also offering a master study program here at the universities to our students can continue their studies here. And of course, we also have a PhD program. So if you want to stay within the university, you can also perform there. And not to mention those areas where our students are capable to perform very well. And primarily, I would like to divide it into three major areas. One is diplomacy and foreign affairs. So if you are interested in diplomatic affairs, if you are interested in works in embassies, then this is the place for you. If you want to work at international organizations like the European Union, the NATO, the UN, or other international organizations, then also we give the basic knowledge on the fields which needed to be a very good performer in these areas. And also, don't forget that the companies who has some kind of international relations, and almost all the companies has some kind of international relations, are very eager to see our students because they are very well prepared on very different disciplinary areas. So these are the main study field and the main opportunities for our students, but of course we want them to continue their studies primarily.
Thank you.
So for the PP students, I think there are two buzzwords or keywords, which is advisor and analyst. So they can be either policy advisors or policy analysts. They can handle the content and the methodology to do that, or they can act as policy or economy advisors to organizations, to business, to companies, and even to in the public sector, they can have jobs. So I think that these two type of roles fit really well with the PP program. And of course, here is what you can take advantage of being an international program. So it's really easy to study masters anywhere where you can see PP programs already in place, because they are fully aware of what the content of the program is. So in a lot of countries all over Europe and the United States, they offer masters to follow up the PP program, and they also recognize the credits coming from the PP program. So it's really a practical way if you want to broaden your horizon. And of course, here in Corvinus, you can do whatever. And while I should market our master's program, I can say that many of them get to learn about a lot of new topics during the university, so they can decide, just to follow up with international masters or communication masters because they met some inspiring professors or courses or material and they fell in love. And fortunately, the way that we coordinate allows them to follow their masters in different pathways from what they have started.
Right.
So I think that's quite good.
So one thing is definitely clear that these programs open a lot of doors after you graduate with the diploma in these programs. Thank you so much for your time and all of the information you shared with us today. I believe it's definitely so insightful, and anyone who's watching would definitely appreciate this. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next event. Thank you so much.
Let's meet
See you at
soon.
the university.
Thank you.
Thank you, Serena, once again, and to all of our program directors. With this, we have concluded our sessions about the programs themselves. We have covered all three main fields that we that we offer, the economics, business, and social sciences. But our open day is not yet close to an end. We still have one very, very important session. And I mean, after hearing about all these programs and after getting even more interested in them, a logical question arises: how to apply for them? So exactly this will be the topic of our next sessions. Firstly, we will show you a quick video of me and Serena basically breaking down the application process in exactly 2 minutes. And right after that, Victoria Bundi, my colleague and our international student recruitment executive, will explain it more in details, including every application requirement, every important deadline, and so on. So make sure to be careful and listen carefully to her session, as it's one of the most important parts of the application itself. So we're off to the video now, and then we will be back with the presentation and the Q&A session right after it.
I'm Serena, and this is Saba. Today, we will tell you how easy it is to apply at Corvinus University as a self-funded student.
That's right. You can apply entirely online on our Dream Apply platform. And here's the best part. Now we have the rolling admissions, which means that you will know if you're accepted much sooner.
Here's what you'll need to apply: proof of secondary education, final certificate or the last 3-4 years of transcripts, B2 level English knowledge certificate, and a valid passport.
And don't forget, the rolling admissions means that the earlier you apply, the earlier you will know about your decision.
After your application, you may have to take an entrance exam, an oral interview, or maybe even both, depending on your program.
And what about your results? You will receive them in just 2 weeks after the entrance exam, directly on the Dream Apply platform.
You will be scored out of 100, and if you meet the threshold, you will be given conditional acceptance. It's that simple.
Ready to join us? Don't wait. Create your application on Dream Apply today.
Don't wait. Apply now, and you could secure your spot sooner than you think.
Empowering minds.
Shaping futures.
Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Victoria, joining to Saba, and first I will talk about the admission requirements in more details, what you've seen on the video, and then me and Saba will hop on your question that you sent into the chat. So please listen to the presentation first, but if there's any special question that you think I might not touch upon, just put into the chat and Saba will also follow, and then we will try to answer to all questions. So first, these are the 7 programs that you already heard about, and the requirements that I will break you down is all related to these programs. First of all, I just really quickly want to touch on the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship process, because it's different a little bit from the self-funded process, but in this presentation we will focus more on the self-funded application itself. So anyone who already applied to the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship by the 15th of January will have to wait now to the nomination period, which is going to happen end of this month. By March, you will know if you got nominated to the scholarship or not. And if you are among the lucky ones, we will invite you to an entrance exam in April or May. It depends on your priorities. If you also successful on your entrance exam, then we will wait for the Hungarian government to allocate the scholarship. That is going to happen around June. And then if you are lucky and pass all the stages, you have all documents that we required until that point, we can give you out the acceptance letter, and you will also receive the award letter from Tempus Foundation, which you can go to the embassy, to the consulate, and seek for a visa. So this is the process briefly. We had a more detailed webinar about this last December. So if you want to know more, just go back on our YouTube channel and you will find our webinar. So about the self-funded process, this was explained on the video, but here you can see all the little steps. So right now you can still apply until the end of April. That means you have to pay the application fee and upload your documents. When you're done with that, then our admission team will go and check your application, and then they will invite you to the entrance exam. That can happen usually at the end of the month, as we have entrance exam periods at the beginning of each month. Literally this week we have an entrance exam and the next week as well, so always keep an eye on your application because the admission team will give you feedback there. So if you're successful with your entrance exam, then you will receive notification on a Dream Apply profile, and then you have to pay the first semester tuition fee. And if you're done with that, we can give you the acceptance letter, which means that you can go for a visa if it's necessary. If you are missing any documents such as English proficiency or your final diploma, you can upload it until the 1st of August. So you can submit your application if you're missing any of those. Don't worry, you still have time for that. And of course, in September, you can enroll. Here you can also see that there's an application fee, €75. This means that you can apply to 2 programs, and make sure that when you apply, you will have 2 priorities. And the first one is the program that you really want to enroll to. Here I trying to show you how the Dream Apply platform looks like if you're not familiar with it that much yet. So on the left side, you can see like your programs, your finances, anything that's related to your application. That's the menu. In the middle, you can see your actual application with your programs. That's where you can edit, submit, withdraw, or anything like that. On the top right corner, you can see your name and your Dream ID, which is usually a 4 or 5-digit number, which will be really important when it comes to the entrance exam, because when you start, we will ask for that number so we can see whose entrance exam is that more specifically. Another important part of the application that you will have to upload documents to different tasks. These tasks will have a name that requires English proficiency or proof of application. And if you click on those, you will find the exact details of requirements, that what kind of certificate you need, what is the minimum score, what's the deadline. So here you can see an example of English proficiency. So make sure that you check out these if you haven't had a chance to check the website, for example. Here you can also find every detail. You can see that as well if you are missing a document or a task is done. So you literally see every step of the application. So make sure that you really go into the platform and study it. You already heard briefly about the requirements. I will just show it again real quickly. So we will require a B2 English certificate, which can be any of this list. But if you have something from your school that proves that you studied in English or anything else, unfortunately, we cannot accept that. So it has to be one of these exams, and the minimum score is also very, very important. Maybe you need high school transcripts, minimum 3 years. If your country only have 11 years of education, that's fine. So, but 3 or 4 years of school transcripts will be necessary by 1st of August. Of course, your high school diploma after you graduate, your passport or ID if you are from an EU country, and the proof of application fee if you're a self-funded student that is necessary. It was mentioned that you either have to take a mathematics exam or an interview to get admission. That means if you apply to any business or economics program, you have to take the mathematics entrance exam. If you apply to communication and media or international relations, it's going to be a 10 to 15-minute interview with the program director, maybe you just seen previously, or someone from that program. And on PPE, you will have to do both because it's a merge of these fields. If you go to our website, you can find preparational materials, especially for the mathematics entrance exam. You can take a practice test. And if you write to us, we can send a simple questionnaire, but that's all that you would need to prepare for. We try to make it really a global test. So these tests will help you to prepare. You can use a paper, a calculator, but all these details that what you can use and what will happen will be included in our emails from the admission team. Here you can see some exemptions because it happens that you already have an ACT from previous years, or you're a native speaker, maybe from the US or the UK. So here you can find a list. Make sure you check out the exact meaning of this list. Just to mention an example, if you are taking IB diploma and you are taking mathematics, which listed as an exemption for the mathematics entrance exam, unfortunately we cannot accept that yet because that is what your admission will be based on. So you have to have this certificate much earlier for admission, but other certificate can be used. Just please check in with us if that one is works or not. And this is briefly that you have to know. We will hop into the questions very soon. I would like to highlight, if you are not a subscriber of our newsletter, please do that, because we will send more information about Corvinus admission, or just life in Hungary or Budapest, and a lot of other exciting stuff that you're curious about. And it's also worth to follow us on our social media channels. And here you can see also an email address. That's when you can reach me and Saba if you have any question related to admission or application. And now I think we can start to answer some questions.
Yeah, thank you, Vicky, for explaining this so well. We have a couple questions here. We have been actually collecting them throughout the whole open day, the ones that have not been answered yet, or maybe were not covered that clearly. We can start actually with this one and follow up quickly, as you just talked about the admissions requirement. A student is asking, let me show it on the screen. A student is asking if for example, someone graduates from an English-speaking high school, if the language proficiency certificate is still necessary. As Vicky said, we already showed you the list of exemptions, and unfortunately, graduating from the English-speaking high school is not on the list. Only if this English-speaking school that is not located in one of the countries which is recognized as an English-speaking one, and there was also a list for that in the presentation. So, for example, I am from Georgia. If you have graduated from a Georgian high school, and the medium of instruction was English, you will still need to provide the language proficiency certificate. So yeah, that's about it. Let's move to the other ones. Let's do this one, for example. I completed my higher secondary education in 2019, then joined the job. Now I'm leaving the job for the study purposes, and will I be able to enroll in the bachelor's degree this September? Absolutely. I mean, you will have the same chance as everyone else. We really do not mind the study gap. So no matter when you graduated from high school, you will still have an equal chance with the fresh graduates. So definitely give it a try.
Yeah, and I also would like to highlight that our admission process is purely based on the entrance exam. So it's not your GPA, your subject grades or anything. It's your performance on the entrance exams.
Yes, age doesn't matter either. We have students that are older than, for example, traditionally what we are used to see in the university. So no problem at all. The next one is, what certifications does applied economics have, ACCA or CFA? This is more of a specific question to the program, but
yeah, we will try to answer to this one. So we do have this accreditation, And as far as I know, on the master's program, for example, on international accounting.
And everything, yes.
But for applied economics and in general, at Corvinus, we have the AMBA, the EFMD, and the AACSB accreditations, which are also really prestigious accreditations in business.
Absolutely. And the next one, so this is about the SAT exemption. The thing, you can be exempt from sitting the mathematics entrance exam if you have an SAT mathematics level 2 score with at least 680. The only problem with this is that this specific test, the second level mathematics, has been discontinued from 2021. So you can be exempt if you have the score, if you took the SAT before 2021, to say this more easily. If you took SAT later than 2021, unfortunately you cannot be exempt from the mathematics exam with this, and you would have to seek alternative exemptions or sit the internal test. That's it, really. This one, hi, when will the entrance exam results be out?
So those who already took the entrance exam in December or January, we are working hard on summarizing all the results and rolling them out as soon as possible. I think you can see those within a few weeks. But those who will join us later, who see this later, for them it will be a much faster process. It's only just picking up the beginning of the year. So keep an eye on your application because the results will be there within a few weeks.
Mm-hmm. And I think so far the last one here is I did up to 11th grade GCSEs. And finished that in 2018. Then I did 12th year in 2022. Is that fine?
Yeah, in the system, so we require 11 or 12 years education. If you're coming from a country like Kazakhstan, 11 years is more than fine. In this case, I think what's really important to know that we require A levels and we need 3 A levels. So AS or O levels will not be enough. We will require 3 A levels.
But still, this is something that we can say on a preliminary basis, and our admissions team too. The final decision has to be made by our legal department, and that only happens after you have successfully passed the entrance exams. So you can expect the final answer only at a later stage of the application. Let's see if we have anything else accumulated. Yes, it looks like we do.
We have a couple of new questions here. Let's see this one. What is a minimum fee deposit required for admission, like 2 semesters or 1? So we always require applicants or students to pay for the following semester. So now you will pay for your first semester, and then when you're done with that, you will have to pay for the second one. So you don't have to pay 1 year in advance, but also installments are also not available. So you have to pay 1 full semester.
Let's see.
Where is that one?
Yes, the touchpad is a bit tricky.
Yeah. We know that we got a question about student life in Budapest. Maybe Saba, you can talk about that.
Absolutely.
What are the questions?
I mean, me myself, I'm an international student already for a bit more than a year and a half. And really, from the very first semester of living in Budapest, you fall in love with the city, with the academic environment here at Corvinus, the internationalization tendency that you see here in this city. It really is a melting pot. Thanks to, primarily, I mean, one of the parts, the Stipendium Hungaricum program, you meet so many people from all over the world. It's more than 90 countries that the Hungarian government is in partnership with under this program. So you meet a lot of international students who are literally in the same shoes as you when you arrive. They're looking for new friendships, new connections, something to make their international life a little bit easier. So making friends, for example, and socializing is not hard at all here. Besides, it's a beautiful city. I mean, architecture, culture, no matter where you look, everything you see a piece of art. Also, what our applicants might enjoy to hear is that Budapest is very famous for nightlife. There are a lot of pubs, clubs, bars, if you'd like to hang out with your friends, for example, in the evenings on Friday nights. And it really is a big culture and a really nice culture in this country. Besides, within the university, we have a lot of extracurricular opportunities. We have student organizations, student clubs. For absolutely every program that we offer, you will find something relevant. So you will not get bored even in the university. And another great thing about Budapest that it's located in the Central Europe, so it makes travel just so much easier. And the globally quickest growing airlines, for example, the Wizz Air, the founder of which actually is our member of the board of directors, it makes it much easier. The flights are cheaper from here to fly everywhere. Everything is kind of close to Budapest. So your student life is going to thrive in this city. And me, myself, I've never regretted that I made this choice.
Thank you, Saba. I collected a couple of questions that we can answer to. Let's hop on this one. Is there scholarship based on academic performance? Yes, there is a performance-based scholarship that you can apply to after your first semester. I can only tell you at the moment that please check into this one after you enroll, because this is something that needs to be looked up after enrollment, what kind of GPA you need for that, what kind of performance. But yeah, there is one, it's worth 200 euros per month.
Up to 200.
Up to 200 euros, so it can be a good help.
Next one. And for the math exam, will it be online with coordinator and will it be timed? Yes, it is timed. You will have 1 hour for 26 questions on the mathematics exam, and it is proctored. So you will have to turn your camera on, and the usage of devices is strictly prohibited. You can only use your calculator, a piece of paper, and a pen. So yes, it's proctored, and yes, it's timed.
So we kind of touched this topic. There's another one pretty similar to this one. So this question is about if, for example, a Hungarian takes a local érettségi. So in this case, what I can say, if the student already has the results from the fall semester, for example, or from last year, yes, the minimum is 45%, if I'm right, on the advanced mathematics level. But this is the same for this question here with the IB. So if you have already taken the exam, which means that at the moment you have your final results with you, yes, you can use as an exemption.
And if you reach a certain score?
Yes, there's a certain score that you have to check out on the website. There's, for IB, for example, there's a standard level, I think standard level 5 and higher level 4. Exactly. That is the minimum requirement to use it as an exception.
Mm-hmm. The website says there is no entrance requirements except the mathematics exam for the course I'll be applying to. Do I need A levels to get into the course even if I take the entrance exam? Absolutely not. If you sit an entrance exam, internal entrance exam, it can be really any traditional high school diploma, and it will not be a problem. I would like to add here, because it's a frequent question, our admissions system doesn't take your GPA from high school into the consideration, so you shouldn't be worried that your GPA is not high enough to get admitted. It's solely based on your performance on the entrance exam.
Yeah, and this question is a little bit related to this, that what can you do to strengthen your application? We get this question a lot, and actually as we said, it's not based on your GPA, so you can't really do anything on that part because we also don't require a motivational letter or anything. The best you can do to prepare to your entrance exam as much as possible. If it's a mathematic one, of course, make sure that your skills are sharp as much as possible. If it's an interview, make sure that your English skills, your communication skills, and of course your knowledge on that field is up to date. You have your own opinion and the program director sees that you have an opinion about the topic. They are not looking for biased things or anything. They just want to see how your brain works and if you fit to the program. So the best thing is really just to prepare for this exam as much as possible.
Yeah, we have the preparation materials available on the website too, which includes the main topics that will be included. So if you check that out and then take the sample test, which we have, you can take it only once though. It shows you the identical test, almost the structure of it. Of course, the questions will be different. And once you take that, you will be ready for the exam.
Yeah, we got a question related to the diaspora applicants. If you watch this webinar back, or you watch back our stipendium webinar back, since the diaspora and the stipendium Hungaricum scholarship is managed by the same Tempus Foundation, the application steps and process are really similar, they're kind of the same. So I'm not sure what other details can I share with you. The entrance exam period will happen in the same time, the same structure, so literally everything is the same as on the Stipendium Hungaricum, so just check back that webinar. And if you have any specific question related to the diaspora scholarship, just email us and we can have a private call as well if you have any specific questions.
Let's answer this one. What is the average cost of the dorms? We have about 1,200 dormitory spaces available for our students, and this is going to be the first intake when the self-funded applicants can also apply for the dormitories. So it's your lucky year, I guess, if you're applying. The costs vary from dormitory to dormitory because we have 3 of them available. So the best thing is to check out on their page, what the price is. But usually it ranges from 100 to 200 euros. So that's what you can expect.
I see that about the order. Yep, that's
this one. Okay.
If I submitted an application, I'm thinking of changing the major. Is it possible? It is possible until a certain point. So if you submitted and we haven't invited you to an interview yet, for example, yes, you can still change it. You can reopen your application and change your programs, but there's a point of which is after you can't really change it because we will organize the entrance exam according to your program. So it's really important to make sure when you submit that, okay, this is the program I would like to go to.
And maybe we have answered most of these.
There's a question that...
Let's answer this one about, I think it's about transfer procedure. We have detailed guides on our website about the transfer, but it depends on the program that you're studying currently at your university. If it's within the same field of study and you have already gotten 60 credits within the first year of studies, you can initiate the transfer. Of course, there are other criteria too, but these are 2 big ones that there's really no way to start the transfer procedure without meeting these. So 1, the program that you're studying has to be within the same field as the program you want to transfer to. And 2nd, you have to have at least 60 credits. And the 3rd thing is that you have to cover at least 2/3 of your studies here at Corvinus to graduate from us. So keep that in mind too, not to lose a year or 2 after the transfer. Was there something?
Yeah, I wanted to quickly answer to this one, that when you get any feedback after submission, it's also based on that how busy is the admission team. Like right now, we are in the entrance exam period, so they might be more busy than usual. But I would say they get back to you like within a week. At least they will start to check your documents, and you will get just the first feedback that yes, you have the minimum documentation, and we will send you the details about the entrance exam within a few weeks, which means usually the following month. So I would say within a week you can get some feedback from them.
Okay. Let's answer to this one. If I apply to more than one department, will I have to pay 75 euros for each department? No, you can apply to 2 programs, and the application fee of 75 euros is just a one-time payment, so that we process your application with both priorities. So you have to pay only once.
Here's a question related to the stipendium scholarship. So at this stage, we are not able to share anything about the pre-selection because we are not the one who is doing this process. It's at Tempus Foundation, they will nominate the students, and not they, actually it's your sending country is who nominates you to this scholarship through Tempus Foundation, and we will get the students to invite to the entrance exam after nomination. So just have to wait a month and the results will be out.
Let's answer to that one actually. We already mentioned this, but a person is asking how many A-levels are needed. We require at least 3 A-levels, so 2 will not be sufficient.
Here is an interesting question. I studied general science in high school, but I have core mathematics and elective mathematics on my transcript. I would say yes, you will still have the chance on business programs. You know, a lot of students coming out from a general high school, not even any specialized like business or science or anything. Most of us just graduate and knows a little bit about everything. So I think you even have some advantage maybe when it comes to business program, because at least you probably have good mathematics skills.
Absolutely.
I think we answered most questions that were really important to know. Those who joined later, I recommend to just watch back this webinar. For scholarship students, I recommend again to watch the Stipendium Hungaricum webinar. And if you have any questions, you know our email address, just contact us and we will try to help you out.
Absolutely. With this, I think we will conclude our open day for today. I hope you enjoyed hearing about all the bachelor's programs that we offer, the videos that we have prepared for you, and I also hope that we've covered everything that was unclear to you with the Q&A session. We will say goodbye with this note and hope to see you all at Corvinus next September. Bye-bye.
Bye.